Holy, Layson on team 1. We got us the Divine's gonna be first up. Licton back on that Affy. Got ourselves Thug as well as Whir. With it's gonna be Mick again. A bit of a rematch between these two. Last time Mick was really close to it. He got the shatter. He's got the reflect stun onto the Paladin. Was able to lock him down. Disarm with a Searing Glare right after him. Mick is gonna take a lot of damage. He's got a lot of potential output. Is gonna rush out of there. I think he's just looking for that second wind recovery. Look at that charge, man. Look at that charge. I think he's gonna have to wait up. Yeah, Fear onto Pally. He does go for Blessing of Saint, so you can avoid any CC or at least reduce it heavily. And Mick is gonna have to see if he can set up a Reflect on a Hodge as soon as the Pally gets one back up and available. Gonna be defensive on a Mick with the Blessing of Protection. Mick knows he can either shatter or save it for a bubble. He decided he's gonna have to shatter now. Try to see if he can get a couple of Bloodthirsts off Divines and maybe try to see, I guess, if he can rush out from the bubble, if at all possible. Does go for the rush before the Hodge comes in. He's going to try to see if he can catch himself a little bit of healing. Will need to get himself a Reflect on a stun if possible. And Divines, I think, is just getting ready to just like stun him insta. Pretty much ready. Does he time it? Gotta time it. Does he go for it? Stun instead. Divine, just with a hammer throw, takes it. That is so rough. Being a warrior going up against a Paladin, you are walking into this duel at a disadvantage. Just the discrepancy between the two classes is kind of wild. Divines having to fight through the storm. That is the Tempest. Enhancement Shaman does go for the bubble. Try to go for a cast, but make sure not to get interrupted by Chicago. That could have been really rough for him. Chicago still has Ascend. So if you get up in melee with the guy, or at least in line of sight, you can still do a lot of damage to him real quickly. That's going to be a Blessing of Saint, stopping the stuns a little bit. Not just to be gutted. Yo, dude, I've heard that from so many people, man. With that many immunities, and the class just cranks this much damage, either as Dawnlight or as a huge killer hammers as Templar. I've heard that a lot from the PvP community, man. Plus, it is the most played spec in the game. Like, everybody gravitates to it because, well, a lot of people will tell you that to play Paladin, it's like, well, it's not that hard to play. You do a lot of damage. Even PvE community is like kind of tired of him because when you queue him with plus, it's like a billion rets. Because that's like the only melee that everybody plays. Even though they're like not really meta, it's just a bunch of people play them because apparently they're pretty easy. And the crank, there is like a whole Discord thing where Red Pally Discord is now protesting, asking Blizzard for buffs, literally locking off Discord channels where people can get useful class guide information because they're asking for more buffs. So yeah, that is happening right now in this moment. It's wild times we're living in. Chicago, speaking of the wild times, is living through some wild times of his own, man. That's a lot of damage you taken from the Dawnlight. Cannot even get close enough to use Maelstrom in order to be able to enhance their heals. Just having to play around it. Walls available. May have to just walk in, ground and totem, wall, and try to land as many heals as possible. Needs to start building some Maelstrom versus the Paladin, though. That's for sure. Wall is available. Good grounding. No grounding for the Hodge, unfortunately. Knocked back, but the Pally still. Wake of Ashes slams him. Shields immediately yoings the Pally over. Without immunities, I think the Paladin might be done for the count here. Chill Pills does not go for AMS here. Full burst is available. Divine's got himself a Blessing of Saint with a lay on hands, but it's going to get cleaved down really quickly. The scythes are just ripping right through him. Blind on the chills. Does get himself that double Dawnlight to heal himself by the looks of it. So he should be able to at least maintain himself at least a little. Looks like Dawnlight for Loft, maybe? Maybe Dawnlight for Loft. Stun onto chills. Does break out of it. Wake of Ashes. Heal. Oh, but the Reaper comes through. The Reaper's sight, at least that's what it looked like, comes through and does land the kill. That is so rough. Can we go 2 or 3 games without reds? Ban them for 2 games. Unfortunately, a lot of people played Red Pally, so it's not really something that could, yeah, not really something that can, I feel like if we did that, we'd lose a number of people that join duels. It's just there's a lot of people that play Paladin. That being said, we have had games where there's been no Pallies, and those have been definitely like a breath of fresh air at times. What is happening, Layson? Holy, okay, we know I were talking about Pallies being kind of cracked. What was Chills doing just now? What was that cracked out move? What in the hell? Full stun into Layson. Does have laying hands. The Reaper Scythe comes through. Does he have the damage? Layson looking to land himself the big hammer. Dome down. If he can get Chilpus to walk out of it, that's going to be Lynchborn with Dome, reducing a lot of that hammer damage. I see, might be in a bit of trouble. Death Pact is just running out of there. Running out of there as quickly as you can. That is so rough. Holy. What was that damage, Chills? Can you do it again? He's got himself death pack for a short bit, so he's got to wait out until death pack is gone before he rushes in. Stun onto Layson. Does he have another go? Is this going to be enough here? AMS is available, so you can stop the stun. But however, the Blessing of Spell Warden is going to stop a lot of the frost damage. Unfortunately, Chilpa's just going to have to take it really defensively. Maybe he can go for a couple of death strikes to heal, because I think that's physical damage. That will still give you a heal. But yeah, those obliterates are just not going to be able to do much. Gripping Layson in. Got himself the Reaper Scythe. That may be enough. Blinder Layson, looking for a death strike or two. That is going to bubble out of Layson. And Chilpa's, unfortunately, does not have a way to spell steal that bubble. If he had Dark Sim, he might be able to make something work here. Ooh, that hit behind the whole corner was actually nasty. Layson is super low. Does get himself a hammer. Is that hammer going to connect? Chilpa just needs to find a way to stay away from Layson right now until the next go. Bubble, however, is going to stop a lot of his go, a lot of momentum. So Chilpa is going to need defenses here, Lichborn, everything just to live. And maybe just spam death strikes. That or land a kick onto Layson. That'll be a way to do it. Grip him in, try to see if you can get some damage going. Stun onto Chills. Layson backing up out of it. He will have to use a bubble. Layson's health is getting really low. Chilpa's can pre-AMS this. And he's got himself a big obliterate ready. Oh, or no, he's got himself Brock in between a bubble. He got himself a Brock. Oh my God. And just like that, in the snap of an eye, Chilpas was able to take down Layson. Where was able to extinguish Chills. Big killing spree out for Airless, though, in that opener versus Where is going to go for a bit of a grapple over. Got himself a bit of a setup here. That is so rough, dude. That is so rough. Holy. Airless got himself the eyes and Were backing up behind the pillar. He's just gonna wait him out for a second. Dude, Chills, that proc of the Blaze with a Howling Blast was insane. It does enough damage to get through Paladin, who's trying to really play with that bubble, trying to really use it when he's super low in health, but you didn't expect for Chills to have some range damage. Actual legit range damage. Airless landing a blind onto Were with a cheap shot. As long as he continues the CC, does go for a cheap shot. Trinkets out of the disarm, trying to continue the damage and the pressure going. Where potentially this could be his opportunity to go for a stun. Vanish out for Airless, backing up out of there. Whoa, somebody grapple hooks, look at him go. Word does some mobility, try to see if he can run up to him. Eyes are available. Either Rogue can pick him up. Airless does not have a trinket. Neither does Word, actually. Airless picking up the eyes, you should be able to see Word. Kind of avoiding him. He knows he's left here. He knows he's by the statue. He has to know. He's looking. He doesn't know where exactly is, but he is guessing he's by the statue. He has to be by the statue, right? He's gotta be by the statue. I think he does see him at the end. Grapple over, catches a reset. Empower Rune Weapon? What? Empower Rune Weapon does that much? How hard does Empower Rune Weapon hit for? It looked like you Howling Blasted him, maybe with Empower Rune Weapon at the same time. How hard does that hit? From range. Sap onto Airless, no trinket available. Question, does Were have cooldowns? He does have a lot of cooldowns. Got himself big coin damage. Disarmed by Error. Trying to see if he can get himself a setup. This is an opportunity. Blind by Were. I'm switching over a little early. Kidney shot. Killing spree. Does vanish it. Cheap shot. Airless. Trinket out for Were. Cheap shot back into Airless, but cheap shot by Airless onto Were. Just trying to see if he can back up out of it, but he's got so much range damage. He's got the pistols doing work. Grapples out. Let's see if a second grapple. He does reconnect and gouge. Airless with a meld. Catches him an easy re-stealth. Were does not have eyes on him. Blade flurry, but doesn't catch him. Airless backing up out of there completely. Were out in the open looking for him. Eyes are up. I honestly think he pick up the eyes. I think he pick up eyes. I don't know if Airless. I feel like he would pick up eyes. Maybe not. If he does now, he will see where Airless is at. He can potentially get him into combat immediately. But he's kind of guessing. He's thinking Airless is going to go for the eyes himself. Airless is out in the middle. If you were to pick up eyes, you would see him immediately. Actually, picking up eyes and vanishing will give you eyes and you're still in stealth. I know you lose advantage, but get yourself the guaranteed opener on the other guy. That is a thing. But at this point, so much time has passed. Both of them are just crowding the eyeball right now. It looks like Airless is going to pick it up. Does he find the other guy? I think he sees him. Does blind him. Gives him the opener. For Airless, this could be huge, actually. I don't know if he can catch himself a re-stealth, but he maybe got himself some damage. Maybe a kidney shot. Evasion. Does go for a killing spree. There's going to be Word with an evasion as well. Trying to see if he can get around him. Next vanish could be huge for a cheap shot. Both of them have cheap shots, too. Both of them have vanishes. Both of them have cheap shots. No tricking for Word for a second. Cheap shot into Airless. Got him to the opener. Can the shot reverse it? Airless got a longer stun. He can also vanish cheap shot in case he needs to. Vanish instead. Cheap shot right after. Is it enough damage though? Is it enough? Hey, both are super low. Either one could go down right here. It could be anyone's game, dude. Grapples over. Try to see if you can avoid him. Does go for a big grapple. Second grapple. Does rush right over. Out of stealth. Cheap shots up in the yard. Try to see if you can go for big between the eyes. Isn't enough the range damage. Pistols around. The guns around. Into advantage by where? Erla's picking up the eye. Grapple's super far away. He knows where he's at. He sees him. He sees him. He sees him. He sees him. He knows exactly where he's at. Yep. Grapples in. Cheap shot. I think Erla's... Oh. Erla's goes down. I think that was also maybe with a drone rush or a ghost strike. That was rough, dude. That was so rough. The duels of outlaws, man. They're just like ballerina. They're like trapeze circus people, right? Just flying around all over the arena, man. Literally flying around everywhere, dude. From one swing to another. Holy. Is that what trapeze is? I don't remember. But they're acrobats, right? Straight up acrobats, dude. Circus acrobats just leaping all over the place. Oh my god. Word does have a trinkets backup and available versus the big chicken. I don't know if a boomkin can really do much against the owl rogue. Eyes are not available for either side, unfortunately, so you're just kind of waiting out for the rogue. It's right behind you to get an opener. Word, however, does not have a drone rush backup. He still has his prime one on cooldown. Still got a little bit of residual drone rush on him, which is what those red lights are. But he is not going to be able to get himself that coin opener. Eyes are available, so chicken potentially could just go over there. He's going to rush it, sap by the rogue. Technically could just get a pick up the eyes and deny eyes for chicken if he wanted to. Killing spree, trying not to get bashed. It's going to be cat form, bash, trinket to follow. Both are super low. Chicken needs to use every defensive to live this. Heart of the Wild, Bardic Skin, everything. Should be able to find the rogue if he picks up the eyes, but he knows the rogue is going to be nearby. Roots him. Silence doesn't do anything for the rogue, unfortunately. And she's got him so big, Convoke the Spirits. It does some damage, but it's okay. He's not trying to hit you. He's trying to heal, but it doesn't matter. The rogue. I think it's over. I think it's over. Yeah. Nothing can stop this rogue. All the rogues, man, are wild. Chupa's getting that kill from a distance, by the way. That was also clean. Super clean, man.